talk here. First thing first, have you ever thought that your life is meaningful? Or you just feel that your life is just so and flat? Well, I recommend you to this book. You must read this book that I'm going to show you now. I recently read this book and it affected me on how is life and more appreciate the beauty of life. This book is called When Breath Becomes Air, written by Paul Kalanithi. He has a spirit and ambition in his life, and I'm really amazed by him. This is a non-fiction book and has an autobiography genre that publishes by Random House at US on January 12, 2016, and it has 208 pages. This book is about the author's journey of life against lung cancer, which is Paul Kalanithi. At the age of 36, Paul Kalanithi was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. He lives in New York and then moved to Kingsman because of his father. He has an amazing background study. First, he majors in English literature at Stanford University, and at the same time, he takes a human biological major at Yale School of Medicine, and he continues to take a master's degree in history and philosophy of sciences and medicine major. He takes two majors with the same degree because he finds another passion and interest. He wants to know the different perspective of English literature and a medical view. Paul Kalanithi becomes a neurosurgeon. Every day he meets the patients, recovers them, gives them medicines, and so on. One day he was a doctor treating the dying, and unexpectedly, the next he was a patient struggling to life. A year and a half later, he died. This is not a spoiler because if you read the synopsis behind the cover of the book, it was really notified that he died. In this book, Paul Kalanithi tries to share with us about meaningful life. As human, we need to make our life meaningful and not be wasted. He wants to know how could life become meaningful, and he implemented this by choosing his life to what he does become more meaningful, as he know he won't last long. Since the author Paul Kalanithi is a doctor and then becomes a lung cancer patient itself, the readers are invited to see from a different perspective as a patient and as a doctor. This book is not only motivates people who struggle with cancer, but also people who are healthy to more appreciate the beauty of life. This book was written very well and not so difficult to understand, even though many new words about the medicines they don't know, but it's still understandable. Move on to the next part. There are some interesting parts of these books that I like. First, that becomes for all of us, for our patients, and it's our faith as living, breathing, metabolizing organism. The second one is, after the diagnosis, I knew that someday I would die, but I don't know when. But now, I knew it accurately. The problem wasn't really a scientific one. The fact of that is unsettling, yet there is no other way to live. In these two statements of the book, Paul told us that death will surely come and cannot be avoided by humans. The third sentence is, once I had been diagnosed with a terminal illness, I began to view the world through two perspectives. I was starting to see that as both doctor and patient. As a doctor, I knew not to declare, cancer is a battle I'm going to win, or ask, why me? The answer is, why is not me? I knew a lot about medical care, complication, and treatment algorithm. Here, he tries to make his life more meaningful and effective, considering that he won't last much longer in this world. The amazing last part of this book is Kalanithi as his wife. She continues to finish this book since Paul Kalanithi has already left her. She really writes in a good sentence, good closing for a good book. This is very touching part. Be ready and prepare the tissue when reading it because this is would be the sadness part of this. Come to the last sections of the book talk. I really recommend you to read this book if you want to make your life more meaningful. This is the best book to read and feel the changes that will happen to you, to your life after read these books.